Cool. What kind of dogs do you have?
I got French bulldogs. We sell all kinds of miniature dogs. We got poodles, we got Yorkies, we got French bulldogs, of course, and we got some other stuff coming too.
I bet. So can you tell us a little bit about how much a dog like these costs?
Well, Rockstar, you know, he one of a kind, so of course, you know, I wouldn't even take 40,000 for him personally, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably what he'll go for, you know, 40, 50,000, something like that. But he's just a good dog, so he kind of priceless, you know what I mean? But his sons and them, they starting out at like 15 at 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And the older they get, of course, you know, the more structure and different things like that you see, the higher the price is. So, yeah.
All right. And you mentioned that you're kind of one of a kind, but can you elaborate a little more on the dog and what makes it so expensive?
Well, when I say one of a kind, he's a first of his kind. He's a hairless mohawk. He has a hairless mohawk with the furnishing gene. He carries 2 copies of Fluffy. Excuse me. Merle. Okay, and with her, of course, she's a wire hair French bulldog, carrying Merle, testable chocolate, tan points. So she's around 10,000. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would let her go for around 10,000. That's a good deal. Most of these wire hairs going upwards of 15, 20,000 anywhere. You know what I mean? But you know, I try to be fair, and you know, things that I produce, I try to, you know, put a decent price on it so my productions get out there.
All right, and what got you in the dog?
Well, I've been in the dog breeding 30 years at this point, you know what I mean? It just got me into French bulldogs the last 5 years, because, you know, it was a trend. I wanted to see what everybody like about them. So when I got them, man, they're addictive. So, you know, it was one of them type of things. And then with me, like, I like to go as far as I can go with anything I do. So, you know, I started really studying the DNA and different things of that nature, and started getting into the more exotic ones, because, you know, everybody had the regular ones. So I wanted to stand out. I wanted my kennel to stand out, you know. Well, the first thing I would tell people, right, is what I've learned is, because I just do this part-time, right? So in real life, I create businesses and companies, right, at C&B Investments. And what I would tell somebody to do is, before you get into dog breeding, make sure you get an EIN, an LLC, you know, make sure everything legit, right? Get all your paperwork together and file this stuff on your taxes at the end of the year. That's the best advice I could give, because that's one thing, me being in finance, that I see a lot of breeders don't do. They have a brand, but the brand not real. They don't have no paperwork. You know what I mean? You know, and when you have a brand and you have a company, you got to make sure that your brand is worth something. So, you know, instead of, you know, playing with it, go all the way with it. Get the paperwork right, file taxes, write them C-sections off, write these expenses off, you know what I mean? Like just for instance with Rocky, right? I wrote off 43,000 this year with him. You see what I'm saying? And you know, for my people that know what's up with owning businesses, they know what that means. Yeah, so that's the best advice I would give any breeder, is to make sure you're